What's going on, awesome people? I hope that wherever you are, you're doing as well as you can, as healthy as you could possibly be. It's 11:11, and I specifically wanted to choose today's IG live time to be 11:11. Our Uniters family, they all know why 11:11 means so much to me, but I hope that this numerical start time to IG live brings you all some great positive energy on this Friday morning. Although, if you are east of here, good afternoon. So, what are these IG lives that I've been doing lately? I've been doing it for a couple of reasons. First of all, for those who don't know, our Unite and Conquer family, we are producing a new live stream series called Countdown to Freedom in Iran. It's going to be launching on January 18th, Wednesday, January 18th. What is the purpose of Countdown to Freedom in Iran? Well, it's really to put a spotlight on the people that are putting a spotlight on what's happening inside of Iran. So there's so many amazing people all around the world that are doing things actively in all different facets of this revolution that we're in. And it's our duty and our obligation to put as much focus on what's happening on Iran, which is why these conversations are hopefully something that's helpful. And that's really our contribution to this revolution. And because we still have a couple of weeks to go before we have the countdown series begin, I wanted to have as many IG lives with as many of our Uniters at Unite and Conquer. Who are the Uniters? The Uniters are some of the most incredible, awesome, badass group of people that I've had the pleasure and honor to meet in the last few months. They've been people who've been devoting their time, their energy, their resources, their financials, their skills, their experience, so that we can continue to be a strong and united front in this revolution, especially in South Florida, but through this online content being a global force by creating content that reaches a global audience. And for many of you who are not in South Florida, I appreciate you guys tuning in. You are a part of our Unite and Conquer family. You are a part of our effort. You are one of the ambassadors of what we're trying to do. And so just by being a part of these conversations, you are being part of the force to be reckoned with and part of the reason why this regime will go down, in my opinion, in 2023. So having said that, that's really one of the main reasons why we're doing these IG Lives. We're going to do more and more of these. My goal is to have every single one of our Uniters to do an IG Live with me in the weeks to come. Some of them are a little bit shy. Some of them are a little bit nervous, like my guest today, Mona, but I'll get her out of the nervous thing in just a second. But yeah, so that's kind of the main purpose. Also, what we're going to be doing with these IG Lives moving forward, we're going to have a couple of our Unite and Conquer Countdown to Freedom in Iran producers joining us, and we'll do like 2, 3, 4 people together so we can collectively talk and collectively share updates with y'all about what's happening in Iran. The one thing that's lacking in the English-speaking Iranian community is a virtual home where we can do a huddle up, where we can all come together and really understand what's happening in Iran, getting first-hand accounts as best as possible, because you know by now, hopefully you know by now, we cannot rely on mainstream media. We cannot rely on the West to be able to really give us the information that we need to really enlighten the rest of the world with what's happening. So what does that mean? We have to be the journalists. We have to be the influencers. We have to all be the voice of Iranians. And no matter how small your audience is, please know that you're able to make a massive, massive impact. Don't wait until you have 1 million followers. With your 100 people around you, continue to educate, enlighten, inspire, motivate, and keep this conversation alive. So long as you and the people around you keep the conversation about Iran alive, we're going to continue to make as much noise as possible. And like I said, bring this regime down. That we're not stopping. The Uniters are not stopping. And that's why I want to make sure that I recognize every one of these incredible individuals that are collectively the Uniters. And every time I get to introduce one of them, it's my pleasure to do it, and I hope that you all get to know some really awesome people. And yes, hold on, let me just answer a couple things. First of all, Reza, I was actually born in Germany and raised in Germany, but I lived in DC for 30 years. Mariam, did you say you want to put a spotlight on the people who have put a spotlight on Iran? Yes, it sounds kind of weird, okay, but think about it. There's a lot of people that are doing a lot of great things to elevate the voices of Iranians, right? So we're putting a spotlight on the people that are putting a spotlight on those in Iran. That's what I meant by it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I would like to go ahead and introduce my guest, who's my friend, who's become my sister, who's become one of our partners in crime. And before I forget, we're having a mural reveal in Miami on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. If you're in South Florida, check my feed and go check out the flyer. come to the mural reveal. It's a beautiful Masa Amini wall mural that has been created. And we're going to have a vigil also at the end. It will be great to see you. It will be great to meet you. Come say hi and come meet the rest of the Uniters. So, here's my guest. Mona Haghighi was born in Iran, raised in Sweden, and has lived in the U.S. for 20 years. She is a director of human resources, and really that's one element that she's been helping out a lot in basically helping us organize a more streamlined process of bringing in more Uniters so that everybody kind of gets to know better who is Unite and Conquer, what is Unite and Conquer, what's the mission, what's the affiliations, what's what are their true agenda intentions, because we are having a singular focus, and that is being the voice of the Iranians. We do not have any kind of political, religious affiliation with anybody. We want to, as much as possible, avoid all the noise about anybody that is becoming a political leader. Good for them if they want to raise their own voices and lead other type of movements, but we are fully focused on simply bringing awareness and raising the voices of Iranians. Okay, so without any further ado, please help me welcome Monajun. And Monajun, it looks like you have not pressed the plus sign yet to request to join. So as soon as you click that button, I can patch you in. While Monajun does that, I want to answer this question by Mariam. Do you accept nominations from other parts of the U.S. or world? I'm not sure what you mean by that when you say, do you accept nominations? What type of nominations are you speaking about? I'll try to answer that in a second. But before that, my guest of honor this morning. Haghighi, Haghighi, Haghighi. Give her a virtual applause. She's a little bit nervous, so I want to make sure that she gets all the love. Oh, there she is. Good morning. Good morning, Monajun.
Good morning. How are you?
Look what I got.
This morning. Iman.
It's actually cranberry juice, but I thought maybe it'll give you a nice little laugh.
Thank you.
The other day people thought I was smoking. Now they probably think I'm drinking in the morning. I'm a hot mess, but
Thank
cheers. But yeah, so how you doing, Monajun?
I'm okay. I'm taking it day by day. It's you guys, the Uniters, my second family, the Uniters really give me strength to move on, honestly, every day. It's been a roller coaster, so we're taking it day by day.
I know, as if life wasn't hard enough under normal circumstances. We've been going through a tremendous amount, and we'll get to that because I know just how much of an emotional toll it has taken on you as well. And one thing that I appreciate about the Uniters is that we're able to really share with each other what's really happening which in it by itself is a new thing for Iranians. Iranians really dab-dealing openly about stuff. So we'll get to that in a second. But tell us a little bit more about yourself for those who've never had the pleasure of knowing you. Give us a little background about yourself.
Okay. Well, I like you said, I was born in Iran, raised in Sweden, and then we would go to Sweden pretty much. We would go to Iran every summer to visit families. So I have a very strong connection to Iran, and my almost all my relatives still live in Iran, and I moved to the U.S. to go to college, and I stayed here, and then I've been living here. I have a 12-year-old daughter, Isabella. She's been helping a lot with this revolution. She's, as you are aware, she choreographed the dance for Baraye a couple months ago. So she's been really helpful, and it's great because I've honestly not given her a lot of time these past few months, and it's been really nice to connect with her that way, where she's helping.
Well, let me start off with that actually, because I want to ask you, would you say that your relationship with your daughter, Isabella, who did a beautiful Baraye performance a couple months ago in front of several hundred people, would you say that your relationship was strengthened during this time?
Absolutely. I mean, we always had a great relationship. She's much more mature than her age.
Yes. I haven't noticed.
Like a mini grown up. So we've always had a great relationship, but this, I feel like she really understands what's going on. She's been talking about it in her school. She tells me that in her history class, they talk about me, which is, she means Iran and the Iranian people. And I love that. And it makes me just love her so much more. And I love that she understands, and it humbles her, because these days our goal, we can give our children everything we never had, and our goal is to make sure that they're humble and they stay grounded. And that's a very hard thing to do these days, because everything's at our fingertips thanks to Amazon, and we can get them whatever they want and need. So this has definitely humbled her and kept her grounded, and it's made us so much closer. And yeah, it's
What I really appreciated about her is that it was obvious that she like genuinely cared to be involved. It wasn't a situation where a parent is like forcing them and the kid is like dragging their feet. Because when you see it initially, when you see kids, that could be the initial thing. Oh, whatever, like, and they have no idea what's going on. And then you have some parents that are probably trying to shield their children from any of this kind of stuff. But here you are bringing her confidently, and I'm sure you have hours and hours of conversation and education with her to kind of really get her full understanding of that. And that's just like, that's great parenting, Monajo. Like, I'm very proud of you for being an awesome mom.
Thank you. Stop it.
Damn, maybe there was alcohol in the cranberry juice. Shit. I just love amazing parents. I love amazing human beings that are doing such a great job of balancing all the challenges of having a child and children, and then also trying to keep the work-life balance, and then on top of that, being a revolutionary. I mean, like, if that's not the definition of a Shirzad, I don't know what it is. And so I'm very proud of you, and I appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you.
Who loves a Friday morning cry? Damn it, man. All right, somebody put something in my cranberry juice. I'm telling you, some kind of emotional pill. All right, so tell me, Monajum, because like here's the thing, we have a lot of awesome uniters. We have about 70 uniters, but really from day one, you were so actively involved, and you have not taken the pedal off the metal at all. Which I want you to take breaks as much as possible, you know. But you've definitely stood out as somebody that anytime I asked for any type of help and any type of volunteer, raise your hands, do this. You were always the first person that I could actually look at and expect to raise the hand, you know. My question is, tell us about why you decided to join as a uniter. Why did you decide to get involved, and how has it like impacted you?
Okay, so there's a couple of things. First, like you spoke with Paris June yesterday, we have such a huge connection to our homeland and our people that I don't know how to explain to other people. I mean, it's like whenever we hear someone forget killed, hurt, you know, beaten, anything happens to them, it feels like a relative, a cousin, someone close to me. I feel it, that happened to them, and it hurts. So this, I mean, I've always been a huge human rights activist, but like when it happens to my people, it's personal. So I started like even in 2010, in 2009 and 10 with the Green Movement. I found 2 other Iranians here in Miami, because there are not a lot of Iranians, and we like built a small group and we did protests. We organized protests at that time. So it was very important for me to do something, because if we're not here to help amplify the voices of our people, then what are we doing? I mean, honestly, like, I don't understand, and I will never understand those that are keeping quiet, that are not doing anything. I talk to my non-Iranian friends constantly about it, and they always say, you know, it's awkward for us because we don't know what to do, you know. And I tell them, I really don't, I don't hold you, accountable, or I don't fault you for not wanting to go to rallies or protests or anything like that, if that's not what you're comfortable with. But if you share a post, if you like a post, a comment a post, because your network is different than mine and a lot more people will see it, that will help tremendously. Please do something. And for those friends that have posted, that have shared, I mean, I'm forever grateful to you. You have no idea what it means to me and all other Iranians that hear from non-Iranian people. Like one of my best friends, Erlene, that is actually watching right now. She's amazing and been really supporting. My other friends have as well. And so to me, it's really about, one of the things is about making sure that I do as much as possible, because if I don't, then what's the purpose of me even being here? That's one of the things. The other thing is, I completely forgot. I lost my train. There was another thing.
Probably sense of community. I feel like that's something very important for us. Is just these relationships that we built have kept us sane. I keep on saying that it's like a therapy group at this point. You know, like it's no longer, hey guys, let's do a meeting. It's, hey guys, let's do group therapy. You know, so that's at least my reason.
That's exactly the other reason, is that mentally I need this. I need my uniters, and I need people that understand what I'm going through. We're going through the exact same thing. And I was actually talking to my therapist about it this morning, and I'm like, you know, yes, I dedicate so much time for this and it's very important, but I feel like I also need it for myself, for my mental health. And just to get together with you guys at a rally and give everybody a hug and cry it out helps tremendously. It recharges my battery to go to the next thing.
Yeah, I have like some people, including my own family, like saying that, you know, you're like this kind of stuff. But I'm like, me not doing something would lead to me daguning, because like I wouldn't be able to just carry on with life and just act like everything is normal. It's just impossible for me. And I feel like some people are just built this way, like us, and some people are not. And just like you, I can never understand the ones that are not feeling this way, you know, because I don't know, it's just hard to see other humans in pain and suffering, you know, especially when they share the same culture, the same language, the same homeland and motherland, you know, and in our case, knowing that this has been going on for 43 years, and this is now like the third or fourth wave of this type of stuff, and we just want to kind of push through this once and for all, you know, and so every single person is doing whatever they can to basically push these people off the edge, you know, and make sure they're wiped out forever. You mentioned therapy this morning, and I've been very open about how I started therapy for the first time a few weeks ago, and it's been wonderful. Tell me what type of impact therapy has done for you. How long have you been doing it? You know, share your thoughts about it.
So I actually started therapy maybe a couple months ago because I've gone through a lot in my life, but this has definitely been one of the hardest things. And I'm sorry. So
take your time. We love you. There's a bunch of people here saying how much they love you too.
Can I have some cranberry juice?
Here's some virtual cranberry juice for you.
So
if you're just tuning in, I swear it's not wine. It's an inside joke between me and Mona. Yeah, but it's cranberry juice.
So when I first started therapy, I was full force, and I still am going through, you know, helping amplify the voices of Iranians. And at that time, it was very, when I was talking to the therapist, I was telling her about all the things we were doing, but I wasn't allowing myself to like really feel it because I was so busy in action, you know. And now she, for a while, she was telling me, okay, like you're good. You don't need therapy anymore. And I was telling her, but can we at least meet once a month just in case something happens? Because this thing it's gonna last. And so today when I met with her, she was really worried about me. And she told me that this stress is getting to me. And she's wanting me to make sure I take care of myself, because if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of everything else that's going on, which I know. I know that I need to. It's just really hard because we go through, we go through the guilt. We go through, if we do something for ourselves, if we're happy in a moment or we're laughing, what are they going through? And it's really hard. So today was one of those sessions where she basically told me, you need to make the time, because this is much more serious than you think. If you don't, you're going to spiral and it's going to get a lot worse. And she's right. I do feel the stress, and I just need to figure it out how to do it. And I know a lot of people are going through this, and I'm being open and honest because I know a lot of our uniters are going through this. I know a lot of people that might not be as vocal about it are going through this, and we need to take care of each other and like text each other, call each other, and make sure we're okay. And I always say, we're not going to be okay. We're not okay, but we will be. And it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to always put on a smile and pretend to be happy. It's okay. And my friends and coworkers have been very supportive. My family, obviously, they're in the same boat as me. And it's okay to cry sometimes. It's okay to laugh sometimes and be with your friends and do fun things because we need it. So that's something that's very important that I have to force on myself. That it's okay to hang out with friends and do other things. And it's okay to go to the spa. It's okay. It's not all about hardcore, like you said, putting the pedal to the metal and 100% concentrate on this, because then you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, you can just take a little glance at the comments below, and what you're going to see repetitively is, you're not alone. I feel the same way. I've guilt laughing, I think that the most important takeaway message from this conversation is that anybody else is feeling the same exact way, but perhaps they're not vocalizing it like you are, or perhaps they're not going to talk to a therapist like you are, that they need to realize that their situation is not singular, and that literally this is an Iranian thing all across the world. And the more that you're caring about the Iranians, the more you're struggling with all of these feelings inside, and the more that you're fighting in this revolution in your own way, you are dealing with these things on your own. And the key, in my opinion, I'm not a therapist, is that definitely make sure that you take off some things off of your plate, which is why I'm telling you, Monojun, I'm going to start removing certain tasks that you've volunteered for, because I don't ever want you to feel guilty for letting us down. I feel like that's one thing, is that I don't want to let down Uniteds. No, when you would let us down is if you have a mental breakdown and then you didn't tell us, and you were hiding it all from us, and because of Todorov and all that stuff. So you have to prioritize yourself, and everybody else here listening who's resonating with what Monojun is saying, please know that you need to put that oxygen mask in front of yourself before you want to put it on other people. And I feel like that's what all of us are trying to do. We're trying to help as many people as possible. We're trying to literally save as many lives as possible. Every time we're doing anything in person, online, sharing, at least in my mind, I'm like, will this hashtag of this name help save his life, save her life? Will this shorten make the revolution end 5 weeks earlier, so we save hundreds of lives. Like for me, it's all about saving precious lives, you know, and being able to kind of save people from their mental spiraling as well. You know, like there's so many different victims in what's happening here. All the victims are not just inside of Iran. Mohammad Moradi is a victim of this revolution. Everybody else right now that's unfortunately having suicidal thoughts, they are victims of this entire revolution. The family members that are dealing with the mentally ill individuals right now are victims of this. I mean, like when you think about the trickle effect that this revolution is having, it's really hard to say that anybody is being able to avoid in some shape or form being impacted by this revolution. This is 85 million Iranians around the world and their loved ones, their family members, non-Iranian spouses of theirs, non-Iranian friends. I mean, this is a global humanitarian issue that's really at stake right now. And so I kind of digress here, but the point is, take care of yourself, embrace the friends and family members around that are showing you love and are telling you, we're here for you, we're hugging you. Let's go have a spa date, let's go have a coffee. Like, don't sit at home and don't have these like negative thoughts, and instead just surround yourself with as many great people. What does your therapist recommend? I mean, who am I to share my thoughts here? What does he or she say?
So she's very good in asking me what works for me. And for me, honestly, what works the best is exercise. And I haven't really given myself time to getting back to an exercise routine. And she told me that I really need to make the time. And so I'm going to. It's just, you know, the holidays have been a lot. Work has been a lot, just year-end stuff. But it's going to get better within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to make a routine where I exercise more. It's hard because, like a lot of people, when I have my daughter, I'm not going to leave her alone in the house and go exercise outside. So I'll adjust.
What do you mean? Isabella's 24 years old. Why can't you leave her?
Right? That's what she thinks she is.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, she just turned 12, so I think I might be ready to, little by little, maybe in the morning while she's sleeping, go and do my workout. I do it downstairs in the gym, but I really don't want to leave the building yet, just in case. And I 100% trust her, but just in case I have an emergency, because you know, I'm a mom, and that's how it is. So so I'm gonna try my best. You know, maybe go for a long walk, anything, little by little. I'm gonna try harder to do something, and maybe soon the Uniters, we can do some more like exercise.
I was just saying, I think one of the initiatives that we really need to implement immediately, like now, that should be part of our meeting tonight at 7 o'clock, is that I've been actually talking about it for a couple months, but there was all these more important things, which I understood, like, you know, the actual demonstrations and etc. But we need to come up with a workout group. We need to create a new group chat that's all the Uniters that want to at least be aware that, oh, guys, Friday, everybody's meeting up at Brickell, and we're going to go for a walk, you know? And maybe what we can do is we all wear Masa Amini shirts, so when we're walking, we're bringing awareness. So we kill a couple birds with one stone. We can do walks, we can do jogs, well, you guys can run. I'll watch you guys run, but I'll just walk and, you know, just we got amazing people like Dr. Sam that has so many great health and wellness tips, you know, and that's why a part of the countdown, we are having Sam do like a 1 or 2 minute wellness tip. And then we have Dr. Shiva Jahani, who's going to be having something about meditation and yoga and mindfulness, you know. And we're going to have people like Shalon Nikpur, and these are all Uniters, by the way, in case you don't know these awesome people. These are our Uniters that are going to be talking about mental health. And so the Countdown for Iran series, Countdown to Freedom in Iran series, is not just important conversations, which are critical, with game changers and movers and shakers and people that are doing great things for us, but it's going to be a very well-rounded live stream that supports our entire Iranian community with mind, body, and soul. That's kind of like what we're really working on. So this is wonderful. I mean, I'm eager to make sure to keep you accountable, because that's what good family and friends, they do. You know, when you say you're going to do it, We're going to make sure you do it, and we're going to get people around you to also make it happen. And Sada already said that you two should go and work out with Saba and her. That means like a 2-hour run up north. And yeah, we gotta get creative, guys. You know, we have to be creative, and we have to continue to motivate each other, push each other, and make sure that nobody ends up spiraling. You know, every one of us are a very special part of this entire movement. You know, and we can't afford to lose anybody, and so we have to look out for each other. So any parting words? Yeah, it's been 40 minutes, you know, and so I have a 12 o'clock meeting that I have to cut this short, but I want to give you the last few minutes. If you have a specific message to the viewers, if there's something else that you think is important to you that you'd like to share, the virtual mic and stage is all yours.
No pressure. No, first of all, I want to thank you, because without you, I wouldn't find you guys, my uniters. And you know, I've been crying for 40 minutes straight, and I apologize, but you guys are amazing. I love you all. I want to give shout out to my mom. She's the Shizans of the Shizans, an amazing mom. And I want to tell you, for those that say, you know, they say that they're afraid to do anything against the regime, Iranians, because for whatever reason, what makes our lives more valuable than those that live in Iran? You know, it's my mom, my parents took us out of Iran during Iran and Iraq war. That's the only difference between me and them. I was raised outside of Iran, but that's it. So there is no difference. They're my people, and I will continue to do whatever I can for them. And I know you guys do too. And we're going to get through this together. None of us are okay right now, but we will be when we're free. And we're going to go to Maidana Azadi and have the biggest parties. And I see that constantly from other people too. So we need to book in advance, by the way, because it's going to be...
We got to get Iran air back, you know?
Yeah, for real. It's going to be amazing. And the Iranian people, have never been more proud. Such strong people, the men, women, and children are making me proud every day, inside and outside of Iran. I mean, there are times when Iranians say, I'm Persian, because they don't want to be associated with the Islamic Republic, because that's what people think that we are. And I have never seen so many people proudly say, I'm Iranian, as this time. And it makes me so happy, and it brings us all together, and I love it. And yeah, I love my people, and I'm very, very happy to have found the Uniters and to be part of this amazing second family that I have right now.
Well, and I know there's a lot of people that really appreciate everything that you do, and thank you so much for devoting so much of your time and energy and heart, such a kind heart to our efforts. You know, whatever we've been doing, it's all been possible because people like yourself. So keep on keeping up the good fight. We appreciate you. Take care of yourself. And thank you for getting out of your comfort zone and getting in front of the camera and doing this. I know it was nerve-wracking, but I promise you that your words and your message has resonated with a good amount of people on this chat. And it's hopefully given them a pickup, a boost me up, an uplifting message that I think some of them really needed. So thank you for sharing your personal trials and tribulations so that you strengthen our community with your words. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Omide azadi.
Omide azadi. Love you. Bye. See you at 7 o'clock, unless you need to take a break and relax. You know?
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye. Go get a walk around the block or something.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, while Mona Jun is logging off, I just want to give you a friendly reminder that this Sunday, 4:30 p.m., if you're in South Florida, there should be nowhere else that you should be other than during the mural reveal that we're having in Miami. Tomorrow, the exact address will be given out, but it's basically in the in the Wynwood area. Check it out. The mural is spectacular. It is beautiful. And once again, I want to give a shout out to Nikki, who's been leading the efforts for this mural reveal, as well as Claudia, who's been the incredible artist that has devoted so much of her time during the last couple of weeks, during the holidays. It's been unbelievable. It's been incredible. We're going to have a vigil, so bring your candles. We're going to have some poetry, courtesy of my mom. We're going to have a little mental health message, because why? We all need a little mental health boost. And if you're not in South Florida, let me tell you how you can be more involved in what we're doing. First of all, you can click in my bio and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Unite and Conquer YouTube channel is your community. Our community is your community. Your community is our community. We're coming together to continue to strengthen us, to uplift each other, to bring awareness of what's happening in Iran. Doing whatever that we can to brainstorm, to strategize, so that we can bring this regime and crush it. That's our common goal, so that we can then get on that plane and we can touch down in Tehran and celebrate our freedom and be able to hug all those fellow Iranians that have been going through 43 years of hell. And we get to bring them some more joy by bringing them some In-N-Out burgers, for example. I don't know why I gave that example. But anyways, countdown to freedom in Iran. You can click on the link below to also just be up to date for whatever we have coming up. But January 18th is the premiere of Countdown to Freedom in Iran. About 2 hours of conversations, updates, news, health and wellness tips, everything else that we can do to make ourselves stronger, mind, body, and soul. Without any further ado, I will see you on Monday. Maybe I'll do an IG live tomorrow. But on Monday, I have it with Sherry, one of our uniters. But maybe I'll come tomorrow to wish you all a Happy New Year in advance. And until then, be well, take care of each other. Much love. و فراموش نکنید به امید azadi, azadi, azadi. Love you.